Saint of the Day. November 5. Blessed Bernhard Lichtenberg. Priest and Martyr. Born, December 3, 1875 Allah, Prussian Silesia, Kingdom of Prussia, German Empire. Died, November 5, 1943, aged 67. While being transported from Berlin to the Dachau concentration camp, Germany. Venerated in Roman Catholic Church, Germany. Beatified, June 23, 1996 Pope John Paul II. Major Shrine, St. Hedwig's Cathedral, Berlin, Germany. Bernhard Lichtenberg was a German Catholic priest who became known for repeatedly speaking out, after the rise of Adolf Hitler and during the Holocaust, against the persecution and deportation of the Jews. After serving a jail sentence, he died in the custody of the Gestapo on his way to the Dachau concentration camp. Raoul Hilberg wrote, "Thus a solitary figure had made his singular gesture. In the buzz of rumor-mongers and sensation-seekers, Bernhard Lichtenberg fought almost alone. He was beatified by the Catholic Church in 1996 and recognized as righteous among the nations by Yad Vashem in 2004. Born in Alla in the province of Silesia in Germany on December 3, 1875, Bernhard Lichtenberg studied theology at the seminary in Innsbruck, Austria, and was ordained a priest in 1899. He served as a priest in Berlin, becoming the parish priest of the Sacred Heart Parish in the Berlin suburb of Charlottenburg in 1913. Ever an energetic priest, he laid the foundations for 5 parishes and a monastery in Berlin. Somehow he also found the time to be active in the Catholic Center Party and was for a time a member of the Berlin Regional Parliament after World War I. He also carried out missionary and charitable works among the poor of Berlin. He was made a canon of the cathedral chapter by the first bishop of the newly created Diocese of Berlin, Christian Schreiber, in 1931. In 1932 he became pastor of St. Hedwig's Cathedral in Berlin. He also attracted the ire of the Nazis by his support of the Pacifist Peace League of German Catholics and was denounced by Hitler's propaganda chief Joseph Goebbels in the Nazi paper Der Angriff. After the Nazis came to power in 1933, Father Lichtenberg attempted unsuccessfully to convince Cardinal Bertram, the president of the German Bishops' Conference, to protest against the Nazi boycott of Jewish businesses. In 1935 he protested to Hermann Göring against the treatment of the Jews. Göring denied everything and demanded that Lichtenberg be taken into protective custody for spreading lies about the German state. Lichtenberg's conflict with the Nazis. In 1937 Father Lichtenberg helped to distribute clandestinely throughout Germany copies of the blistering condemnation of the Nazis by Pius XI, mit Brennender Zarga. After Kristallnacht, a Nazi-led pogrom throughout Germany against the Jews, he said from the pulpit of St. Hedwig's, "We know what happened yesterday. We do not know what tomorrow holds. However, we have experienced what happened today. Outside, the synagogue burns. That is also a house of God." From that time forward, Father Lichtenberg prayed publicly during evening prayers, in the heart of Nazi Germany, for the Jews and Christians of Jewish descent. While doing this, Father Lichtenberg was also taking other actions which ensured that he was a marked man as far as the Nazis were concerned. He, of course, was an outspoken critic of the Nazi program of murdering the mentally disabled and made yet another public protest on the issue in August of 1941. Inevitably he was arrested by the Nazis in October of 1941. When the Gestapo searched this house they found a draft of a sermon that he was going to deliver the next Sunday denouncing a pamphlet written by Joseph Goebbels. This pamphlet states that every German who supports Jews with an ostensibly false sentimentality, be it only through friendly obligingness, practices treason against his folk. Let us not be misled by this unchristian way of thinking but follow the strict command of Jesus Christ, "You shall love your neighbor as yourself." Fidelity of Blessed Lichtenberg. During his interrogations, Father Lichtenberg steadfastly stated that he was opposed to the treatment of the Jews by the Nazis because such treatment was opposed to Christian charity. He said that he agreed with Bishop Galen who had denounced the murdering of the mentally handicapped by the Nazis. He summed up his position by stating that Nazism was completely incompatible with the teachings and commands of the Catholic Church. He was held for 2 years and then shipped off to Dachau, where the Nazis sent 2,579 Catholic priests. He died in a cattle car en route to Dachau on November 5, 1943. His body was taken to Berlin, where 4,000 people had the courage to appear at his funeral. An onlooker observed, "I wonder if they know they are burying a saint." He was beatified by Pope John Paul II on June 23, 1996. In the sermon of the Pope on that occasion, he began with this text which all Catholics should live by, although it takes courage to do so: "Do not fear those who kill the body but cannot kill the soul,